Hey guys, welcome to Module 4. So, extraterrestrial counterparts and the soul matrix. So, as we talked about in a previous module, the idea that our soul is kind of a matrix of consciousness. It is an array of different experiences, different beings, different aspects of ourself, me being one. So I am one aspect of my soul. I have an extraterrestrial counterpart in the Yael called Tahinio Ra. He is another aspect of my soul. I have extraterrestrial counterparts, I believe, in many systems such as Sirius, Pleiades, Lyra. And these are other aspects of my soul. All my past lives are aspects of my soul. All my future lives are aspects of my soul. And I have many parallel incarnations in parallel versions of Earth, experiencing similar experiences to this, experiencing very different experiences to this. And these are all parts of my soul. So everything exists here and now as us. There is no time. Time is an illusion. So my past lives exist here and now as part of my infinite energetic consciousness. And the access point into this is through our energy body, through our car, through activating our chakras, which we'll be going into further in the course, so that we can activate our car, the window to the soul, our energy body, and the access to these dimensions of our soul. And through the course, we're going to be beginning to identify with ourselves as the soul. So the reason why we struggle to have these multidimensional experiences and interactions with extraterrestrials is because we still kind of identify as the physical body. But when we understand that we are a greater consciousness, when we understand that we are a soul and our soul is who we are, we can begin to interact with the extraterrestrials in many dimensions of consciousness, in dream time, in the astral realm, in meditation, in out-of-body experiences for some, and in physical reality. And this is because we're beginning to understand that we are infinite multidimensional consciousness, that we are a soul matrix, and that our extraterrestrial counterparts are actually aspects of ourself existing here and now within our consciousness. And as we begin to expand our consciousness into the understanding that we are a soul, we sense into the idea that this reality, that the earth is an aspect of our soul, that all our past, future lives, parallel incarnations are aspects of our soul existing here and now as us. And we begin to sense into the energy field, our auric body around us, which is very much the access point into the higher dimensions, into our higher self. And we begin to sense into the energy field of our environment, and we can sense how we are our soul, and the planet we see around us is an aspect of our soul, and you guys are an aspect of my soul, and this is my soul's experience. And we begin to, the idea of separation begins to fall away. We begin to experience ourselves directly as infinite consciousness, but more specifically as a soul matrix, a soul array. We can sense into the idea that I am multidimensional in nature. We can sense into our extraterrestrial counterparts present in our energy field around us. And we can sense into the idea that this conscious energy field that contains our counterparts, that contains our extraterrestrial cousins, is very present in our environment. And we begin to see that we are actually our environment. And we begin to make this transition into fourth density awareness, into fourth density consciousness, into fourth density multidimensional self, fourth density multidimensional soul matrix. And when we're in this state of consciousness, we feel how our reality is interactive. You know, like Neo in the Matrix, where he puts his finger in the mirror and he goes, it starts to feel like that. It starts to feel like very palpable, the idea that the airspace around us is actually an aspect of our consciousness, and actually an interactive field of self-aware infinite self-aware us. And it's when we begin to enter into this state of consciousness, an identification with ourself as the soul matrix, and the understanding that we are the soul, that extraterrestrial contact really becomes very accessible. because we are in that dimensional space. We are in the dimensional awareness that we operate in. We are in the vibrational field. So if we remember, we cannot perceive what we are not the vibration of. The idea that what we put out is what we get back, and our beliefs create our reality. So when we enter into this state of identification with the soul matrix and the understanding we are multidimensional and our reality is actually interactive, we are actually in an interactive conscious environment. We are actually beginning to resonate on a very similar frequency to the extraterrestrials themselves, because this is the nature of understanding that they've had for many thousands of years, and like they know they are infinite source consciousness and they operate in this way all the time. So this is what we're going to be working towards in the course, moving our vibrational frequency into the understanding that we are soul consciousness, that we are soul beings, that we are soul awareness. And this transformation of consciousness will begin to take us into fourth density awareness, into the dimensional realm where we are one with the extraterrestrials, where we are in the understanding that our reality exists within our consciousness as a conscious, alive, interactive field. And we can sense into the idea that our extraterrestrial cousins and counterparts are actually aspects of our soul matrix. And this experience is an aspect of our soul matrix, and we're shifting into a new dimension of awareness where we can interact with these other aspects of our soul matrix in our physical environment. And the ships can come in and the physical beings can come in and we can actually go onto their ships. So it's all about a shift of consciousness. It's about the realization that we are infinite self. It's about the realization that we are everything in creation. And it's about the realization that we are a soul matrix, and beginning to identify with ourselves as a soul, beginning to let go of the idea of physical identification as being our ultimate reality. And understanding it's just a small aspect of our being, and our physical mind and our lower chakras are here to be used as tools to create our reality around us as we shift into this dimension, but not as like our masters to like create fear and swirling and all chaos that's not really benefiting us. So we're shifting into this fourth density understanding where we center into our heart's consciousness and we tune into what our heart wants to do in the moment. And from here we express, and this is the shift of frequency that takes us into the higher dimensions where we can begin to have extraterrestrial contact with our interdimensional star family. See you in Module 5, guys. Shivai.